Namaste, my friend. I believe you are doing good. Doing good means mind is changing, mind is transforming, mind is evolving. Mind is evolving means that you are changing from inside. You are not changing the world outside. What is that world? World of situation, people, relations, and a long list. Situation. Never forget there is no situational happiness. If it is short lived, it is temporary, it is incidental. And the happiness that you discover within is permanent. It is not situational, it is not relational. When the mind evolves, rises in awareness, and what happens when you rise in awareness? Mind is pure inside, it looks at event, but it does not create a sense of attachment and expectations for happiness and love outside. So you just watch the situation, people, event, and you are happy. Why? When we run after the temporary pleasure, happiness, peace, what is temporary happiness, peace? We expect peace, happiness should be there in the outer event. One thing, it is temporary. Second thing, it is a delusion because there is no happiness outside. But the mind continues to run after the world of people, relationship. What to do? Change it. How to change? The first practice I have been giving you is the Mangala Charan. I said, you have to become aware of the mantra. Means you are living in the presence of the mantra. Means what? I'm a bit logical today, very reasoning. So if you follow this reasoning, it becomes easy for you not only to understand, but you can apply that even without doing the practice, just by listening. So the first is the presence. What is the presence? So I should invite the presence of the mantra. For example, Sarvesham Swastir Bhavatu. May there be happiness for all. Presence, self awareness. You have many thoughts, you are noticing many thoughts, feeling, and emotions are present in your mind. It is very easy to understand. You notice presence. You are aware of the presence of many thoughts, feeling, and emotions. And you introduce one more. Sarvesham swastir bhavatu. May there be happiness for all. Mentally, non-verbally, by even looking at the people, looking at the situation and relationship. It is possible. Is it not possible? I want you to become a higher seeker so that we can start the real journey of the Eastern wisdom aims at self-discovery. Mangalacharan helps, but with the Mangalacharan, I am using this technique. What is the technique I designed? Poise. Poise is an acronym. P means presence, O means observer, I means investigate or witness, S means space or shift, E means embody, your nature. So I'm just explaining. While explaining, you just become aware of it. Mentally, you can say Sarvesham Swastir Bhavatu. May there be happiness, or other thoughts are also there. You introduce this thought. So when you introduce this thought, this is a new thought, it attracts the attention of the mind, and the other thoughts that is running at the subconscious level. Maybe yesterday you had a reaction against a person and you had a thought, an image of that person, dilutes, dissolves. So the more and more, again, Sarvesham Swastir Bhavatu. O means observer, recognition. You recognize you are an observer of a thought plus the feeling contained in it. We discussed last time. What we discussed last time? So we discussed last time that when your mind says, I am angry, you simply recognize I am angry is a thought. I am angry is a thought, anger is a word, I am none of them. Now when you say Sarvesham Swastir Bhavatu, may there be happiness for all, this is also a thought. Here you say yes, let happiness be there for everyone, and happiness is my essential nature, and that happiness is an experience. It is also not a thought. Can you say that? And if you can say that, you live into the own and observer. Oh, and I'm translating the Mangalacharan mantra with the principle of the poise. And I means investigate the flow of the mind. Investigate the flow of the mind, it may witness. Are you in peace? Yes, I am in peace. How do you know? You witness it. So, but when you said Sarvesham Swastir Bhavatu, so you witness that happiness is already there. That is the biggest problem of the mind. Since our childhood, we were frightened, we are scared, we have a sense of insecurity. Why? Oh, I should be in pain. Oh, I should have a problem. I should be worried. But now in that you witness. You are saying Sarvesham Swastir Bhavatu. May there be happiness for all. You are witnessing. Happiness is there inside. Don't look outside. Happiness is there. Happiness is my essential nature. Do I experience it? Yes. We instantly believe what is fear, anxiety, duality, problem, suffering. Oh, you have a problem. Oh, I become sad. No, but you are in peace. It is difficult to believe. That nature of the mind must change. Why the mind feels anxious, reactive, blame, complain, fear, insecurity instantly? Because that mind is looking outside for situational happiness, for relational happiness, for event peace and happiness. Are you getting it? Mind must change. I. So we have completed the I. Presence, observer, witness, investigating the witness. When you investigate the witness, you find the space. Space between you and your thought. you and your feeling. And the moment you find that space, still you are saying, Sarvesham Swastir Bhavatu. So in that space, you embody happiness by the letter E, embody, may there be happiness for all. Now, same thing you can apply with the other lines of the mantra, Sarvesham Shwan Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu. May there be peace for all. Peace for all, leaving none, including you. So when the peace is there for all, you don't exclude yourself, you have included yourself. Does the mind has any space left for pain, duality, conflict, blame, and complaint? This has to be repeated again and again until the mind has a conviction. When the mind has a conviction, you have become a higher seeker, poise, embody the real self. By the poise method, same thing. Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu. May there be peace for all. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. May there be completeness for all. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. May there be auspiciousness for all. You know, in the Western philosophy, we say the thought has a power. Here, the thought, we don't say Eastern wisdom. We say what you say with a conviction, feeling the presence, it becomes true. Why? We wanted to get rid of the foolishness of the mind. Foolishness means the mind enjoys living in delusion, repeated delusion. You have one event of delusion, second relationship of delusion, third factor of delusion. My phone will make me happy, delusion. We take it for granted. Or this relationship will make me peaceful, delusion. Why? The phone does not contain the property of happiness. The relationship do not have a property of peace. The relationship has a property of peace and happiness and love. Nobody should have divorced. I understand. We are learning sorry. We are learning very higher principles in a very simple way. So it means the moment the mind is running after any object, people, relations outside, I have to go behind and find out why. Is it running for searching peace and happiness? If it is foolishness of the mind. What should I do? It is a thought, it is a feeling. I've already explained you in the past. So the foolishness of the mind on one hand and recognizing the peace, joy and happiness with it. So that is why you should continue to repeat the mantra during the day with presence, observer, investigating, space and embody. Normally people repeat the mantra and they say it will bring about the change, but the mind is habitual, impulsive. We are using that mantra to change that impulsive mind. And we are repeating just for the sake of the habit, then impulsive mind is a habitual mind. It will not change anything. So that is why you have to remind yourself twice. There is another reason you have to pay attention to it. This guy told me yesterday that, thank you, sir. I was in very deep relaxation, calmness, and out of that calmness the joy came. And day before yesterday I fought with my honey and my mind was constantly agitating me that I fought and she does not understand. I picked up his problem. Where is the problem? The statement he made. What is that statement made? He made the statement, I'm terribly disturbed, she doesn't listen to me. So what I caught in him, I think he is doing business, so in the business also, he thinks that, some of his employees do not understand him. At home, his wife does not understand him. His father does not understand him. His son does not understand him. His siblings do not understand him. I got this point. I wanted to. I wanted to be very clear. So I asked him, do you think that your parents do not understand you and what you really are? He said, yes. How did you know? Your son also does not understand, but you don't have enough force to say it. Yes. And that causes a lot of stress in me. Oh, very good. So I said, what about your siblings and friends? Oh, it is, the world is crazy, they do not understand. I asked him, do you understand yourself? Yes, I understand him, I said. I asked him that no one understands you clearly. Do you understand this fact that no one understands you? Why? Did you answer this question? Oh, I had never thought of it. So I told him that Eastern wisdom says, let me understand myself. That why I'm not going alone, why I'm not going along with my wife, my siblings, my son, my parents. What is the answer? Oh, I never thought of it. And that has been my attitude for the last almost 20 years, if I recall. He said, this is the problem. Now can you answer that? Why I said that you don't understand yourself? Why? In every relationship, your mind creates a problem in anxiety and the reaction and the fight for 1 or 2 days. You live into that stress and suffering, and still you don't want to leave your way for the last 20 years. It is like that you have put your fingers on the hot plate. You recognize that it is hot, I should not do it. But you do it again. You repeat it. You repeat it again and again, and that you have been doing for 20 years. When you know that when you enforce your thought to the others, people enter into conflict. Why you create a conflict, not only in others but only on you? Why you want to keep your fingers again on the hot plate, again and again and again and again? 2 times, 3 times, 5 times is okay, but for 20 years you have been doing, and because of that you have a hypertension that you told me. It was an awakening for him. He said it is always good to listen to the other's presence. I notice the thought, feeling, and emotions are going on into my mind, either in relationship to the others or within myself. And I observe, I become the observer. None of these thoughts is me. Thought is different and separate from me, observer. Investigate, you witness, you have a space, and when you feel the space in your mind, you can respond. You need not to react. You have been reacting, superimposing. Did you understand? What we discussed until now is the Mangalacharan Sarvesham Swasthira Bhavatu. Just take it simple. May there be happiness for all. So we understand, may there be happiness for all. Happiness is within me. Happiness is my essential nature. You have understood. Now you set up your entire life on that foundation. May there be happiness for all. Second is to recognize the foolishness and delusion. Third is, I have to analyze and reflect how many I've been repeating the same thought process again and again, which causes the stress and suffering to me. I gave an example of the hot plate, and still I'm repeating. Did you understand? 800 years ago. 800 years ago, this great master wrote this text. He said, turn your mind within. Start to recognize conviction that you are of the nature of peace and happiness within. Bhaj Govindam, Bhaj Govindam. Many. Simple translation is that turn your mind to the God. That is what the literal translation. But if we go little deeper, it means turn your mind within to find your real self. Another meaning, that when you are not carried away by the objects of the senses and the mind, deluded mind behind, you are running after and expecting peace and happiness. That is also the meaning of Govinda. Bhaj Govindam, Bhaj Govindam. Govindam, Bhaj Mudhamate. So, O foolish mind, O deluded mind, can you install? Install means can you recognize, recall and remember. Let me turn my mind within to be in peace and happiness. Govindam Bhaj Mudhamate. Another definition of deluded mind, deluded mind convinces us that happiness is outside. Wise mind naturally moves inside to find happiness. You are sitting, taking a sip of coffee, suddenly a knock on the door, and your son demands you get upset because deluded mind is outside. Come on, son, sit down. Let us talk and communicate. Don't get upset. Don't be influenced by what? By? Did you understand that? But so when you start changing that perspective, anytime, anywhere, in any relationship, in any situation, what it demands. Mantra plus the poise, presence, observer, investigate, space, embody, the poise. So you knock the door, and demands, oh, it is only a thought. I'm not the thought. Come on, son, sit down. Let us talk. Do you want a cup of tea? And now you are in your senses. Deluded mind is gone. The wise mind has taken over. And in that, you will definitely take a right decision. Same thing applies. You are sitting alone taking a sip of coffee. Ah, I'm lonely. It is only a thought. Deluded mind, you are not lonely. You are with the peace and happiness within you. Are you getting it? I want you to become the higher seeker so that we can enter into the higher journey of the self-discovery. So once you do it couple of times, you recognize, your mind naturally will recognize, will recognize what? It will recognize that you have been behaving, reacting, blaming and complaining for the last so many years. And the mind has accumulated those impressions and causing you the suffering. Your recognition is very important. Recognition demands that you are aware. Awareness demands the presence. And presence, I'm translating, you notice the thought, feeling, emotions that are moving into your mind. You will recognize and realize that these thoughts have been repeatedly entering into your mind for the last many years. And you have entertained them. You have entertained them means the mind is deluded. Deluded means the deluded mind continues habitual nature, impulsive nature. It gets upset with any situation. Even if the situation is not responsible, it can get upset with any relationship, even though relationship is not responsible for that part. Let us have a clear understanding of the poise method. If I use the word poise method, is just a knowledge. It demands an understanding. It demands a chain of thinking moving in a right direction that will help you to meditate even while your eyes are open. The poise first is the P is the presence. Presence means awareness, self-awareness. It means you notice. Anytime you're sitting on your patio, yes, what is going on in my mind? Thought related to a person, a feeling of a discomfort, anxiety, and taking a sip of coffee, the pleasure also. Oh, four things are going on simultaneously. You simply notice, continue to notice. That is the presence. So the presence involves being aware of your thoughts, feelings, emotions without judgment, simply noticing them. You notice these thought, feeling, and emotions as raw data of your immediate experience. This promotes non attachment to emotions. When you are simply noticing them as the raw data, what you are promoting? You are promoting non attachment to the emotion. Did you understand why I created this poise method? You are not even thinking that I will be detached, but if you keep on noticing, so now it is the thought, feeling, and emotions are not attached with you. So when you are not attached, you become you are already an observer, but now you experience you are an observer. How do you experience you are an observer, my friend? You notice the thought is there. Who notices? You. Who is this you? You is an observer. So now there is a difference. There is a distance between the thoughts, feeling, and emotions is here. You are here. So this one is the observer. You observe. So how do you observe? Thought says I'm anxious. I'm anxious. So you acknowledge. You notice. Huh? I am an observer of anxiety. I am the knower of the anxiety. When you are alone, lonely, I am lonely. Yes, I am an observer of a thought that I am lonely. Observer. So the P is the presence. O is the observer. This observer, when you move into the observer, you recognize. When you recognize that you are not the thought, it brings the mental clarity. Instantly, within no time. Did you understand that? I have to listen to it again and again to follow. I means investigate. It focuses on the understanding impermanence of the thought and emotions. What happens? What that means? It gives you the understanding of the impermanence of the temporary nature of the thoughts, feeling, and emotions. During the day, the moment you wake up and until you retire to the bed, for a few minutes you feel lonely. Other second moment you feel anxious. Third moment you reacted. Fourth moment you have a pleasure. Fifth moment you feel sleepy. Sixth moment you feel lazy. Temporary nature, they come and go. So you watch, they come and go like what? Like the birds flying in the sky. So here, what is the witness? I told you, we are talking of the witness. What is it? What is it? Investigate the flow. So when you investigate the flow of the thoughts, feeling, and emotions, you witness. What is that? What is that witness you see? The sky, the birds flying in the sky. Birds flying in the sky, and you are aware. You are aware of the sky and the birds. That is the meaning of witness, experience of witness. Highway and the traffic. So you know highway and the traffic separately. I'm just making it very easy for you. witnessing separately, separately. Have you ever witnessed the light in the bulb? Light in the bulb is a thought, feeling, and emotion. Right? Example: the bulb is the mind and the sense organ, and the electricity is the real self, is the pure consciousness. Are you understanding? Electricity, one; bulb, second; light, third. So what is there? That what is that light? Light are thoughts, feeling, and emotions. Can it happen? Can it happen without bulb? No. Can it happen without electricity? No. Both are required? Yes, both are required. Are you clear? Both are required. So this is a witness you know. You do not know the bulb and light as one incident. So it means you don't take thought is you. Thought is separate from you. Any thought, good, bad, I look. And once you recognize, you can enter into a deeper state of meditation by itself. If you don't understand, let me know. I'm giving you today's lesson that you are a higher seeker. You have been in peace and happiness for last couple of weeks. Yes, you told me. And then comes the S. S is the space recognition. So when I see that the birds in the sky, birds flying in the sky, it means the birds in the sky are two different things. When there is a two different thing, there is always a space. Traffic on the highway. Two things, the highway and the traffic. Waves. Are you understanding? Are you understanding? Space recognition. It is always there. It is always there with discernment. It is always absent with the default mind. What? It is always there. There means the space. The space is always there with the wise mind. It is always absent with the deluded mind. Deluded, or you can say the foolish mind. So what the foolish mind does, we have already understood. You take the thought is me. I have an anxiety. No, this is only a thought. I'm upset. No, this is only a thought. This thought is an effect of the senses in the mind with the past impression. Behind that, there is a consciousness. Are you getting it? And the moment you find the space, you can drop Om Shanti, and you are in Shanti, you are in Shanti, you are in peace, you are in happiness, you are in happiness. I am stressing again and again on the poise method. First verse of this text, what it says: turn your mind within, or recognize that real self is within, or recognize Peace, happiness, love, truth, and wisdom are our essential nature. In the presence of a deluded mind, so now you recognize the deluded mind. So, in one event, you recognize the deluded mind or the foolish mind, which is running after the world for the sake of happiness, and then you remember and recall, my goodness, I have been doing it for so many years in my life. Now is the time. I'm a baby boom. Now is the time to leave it. Enough is enough. That is the first verse. Turn, also literary, with a literary flavor, the Master says, turn the mind to the divine, turn to the divine, turn to the divine. Oh, foolish mind. Why foolish mind? You are running after the world. Why you are running after where? To the people, to the world, to the relationship, to the situation, to the even why. So the master is saying, I'm not saying, master is saying that stop looking for happiness outside. Stop looking, don't stop looking for work. You have to, we have to, we have to go to the washroom, we have to take our lunch and breakfast and dinner, we have to take a coffee. Yes, everything is okay. What the master is saying, stop looking for peace and happiness in the objects outside. You are going to the pigeon, I'll be happy. Taking a cup of coffee. You just change the thought process. My mind feels an urge to have a cup of coffee, let me have it. Let me have it, but the happiness is inside me. You just say in your mind. Can you do it for 6 days? I can bet you that on the seventh day, you are a higher seeker. For every action, I feel sleepy, so I'm not going to sleep for happiness because happiness is already inside. It is the requirement of the body, so let me go and retire to the bed, close my eyes, and fall into sleep. You say it mentally and just lie down, you'll fall into sleep in a minute. So stop looking for happiness in external factors like 401k or a golf game or even the achievements of grandkids. No, instead it suggests turning inward to discover your own true nature, where peace is always present. My master used to say that you are finding a flashlight which is already in your hand and you are flashing that light. Are you understanding? You are finding a flashlight which is already in your hand and you are flashing that light and you are asking where is the flashlight. So when you notice, you have to notice. The first step P is the P is the presence. You are aware of the thoughts, feeling, and emotions without judgment. This is the initial act of turning inward. It helps you to turn your mind inward, observing the raw data of your immediate experience and asking what is truly happening here within you. Just ask what is happening with me, what is happening around me, within me, in the present moment. Are you getting it? If you say yes, it will help me. If you say no, it still helps me, because then I will use another method to make you to make you aware of that. Observer. Second comes the observer. As an observer, you learn to recognize and separate from the mental content. You have recognized, I am upset, this thought, I am happy, this thought. Now you are observer. So you are different and separate from this thought. I am upset, this is only a thought. Upset is a word. I am different from the thought. I am different from this word upset. I am simply saying, my friend, you simply say in your mind. It will work. Because it will make you aware. Third, investigate. This phase focuses on understanding that what is temporary. What is temporary? They will come and go. Come and go. One thought comes and goes. Birds flying in the sky from one side to the other. No two birds have the same flight. Vehicles on the traffic on the highway moves on continuously. Continuously, the traffic is moving, moving, moving. Nothing is temporary, nothing is permanent, except that observer. The moment you say you investigate, that is your investigation. So from the non-attachment you find the space, that is the witness. And when you witness I have already explained you find the space. When the space is already there. And then simply in that space, anytime, anywhere, you drop Om Shanti mentally, non-verbal, mentally non. Finished. What is happening if you apply the poise method? It will break the chain reaction of the deluded mind. Foolish mind. The foolish mind is default mind. Default mind is impulsive mind. Impulsive mind is seeking happiness outside. Seeking happiness means the delusion. So it makes an effort, it doesn't find the happiness, it gets frustrated. So I separate. You separate the thought of the deluded. I would say, you separate the deluded thought. Why? How? You are an observer, you are a witness, and you have a space. You say Shanti, where that deluded thought has come and gone. You will never be able to recognize. Why? It is absent now, it is already gone. Many people say you seem to be very crazy. How easy you explain, but how difficult it is. No, it is only difficult because of the deluded mind. Once you recognize the deluded mind, it is the simplest thing to do. But then I answered them, I am more crazy than you think. Remember, now your daughter says, crazy old lady. Oh, yes. Yes, I'm more crazy than you think. I'm an old lady. Let us wait for a few years. You will also belong to the same category. The daughter is in good mood. If it is she is not in good mood, skip the second sentence. What is happening when you say this? You are not dictated by the deluded mind. You live into that self-awareness. And that is going to happen throughout the day. Why it happens, why all those thought returns again and again? Because we have an experience of 20, 30, 40 years of the same thought process. They have been being repeated again and again. We have repeated them unconsciously. We did not learn that Eastern wisdom before. So that is the time of your peace and happiness. That is the time of your peace and happiness. It is a movement from external validation to internal recognition. How much external validation you seek outside with the near and dear ones, it will not work. But your internal recognition is there, it will instantly help you to change your mindset from the foolishness to wisdom. Is it difficult that any time you said, hey, I'm aware of, you just say in your mind, I'm aware this thought has come, gone. Second thought has come, no, I feel, feeling has come and gone. Where is the problem? And with that, what is truly happening here? I'm just noticing that. Is it difficult? And then you recognize this is a thought, I'm not the thought, I'm an observer. Here is a thought, I'm an observer. Here is a feeling, I'm an observer. And here is an emotion. That is what the O is. I investigate. So when you investigate, you witness. You witness what you witness, they are separate. I know the thought is here and I am here. I feel the separation. Separation, then you have the space. When you have the space, you can easily drop with a smile on the face, Om Shanti. I'm already in peace, but still you reconfirm that you are in peace. Perhaps last session, I covered there is another way to make your deluded mind, you shake up the deluded mind. How you shake up the deluded mind? Is this all there is? You notice the thought of anxiety, feeling, duality, conflict. Can you introduce another thought? Is this all there is? Mind? You have been repeating the same thought again and again. Rising despite external achievements. Is this all there is? Career, success, family, raising, wealth, accumulation, daughter said me something, son said me something. Is this all there is? Mind? So when you're asking, you are basically noticing, you are being present. This is what the presence is. And in that presence, you move into an observer. This is a thought, I'm an observer. And thought, observer, in between, it is. It is witness. The moment you have a witness, witness means that you are observing traffic moving on the highway. You observe clearly there is a highway, you separate it like electricity and the bulb. So you see that separation in the space. You can easily say, I am the peace. So it is basically a journey from the default mind to the discerning mind. whether you say it is a default mind, whether you say it is a foolish mind, whether you say it is what I said, default mind, or I said deluded mind, it is all the same, more or less the same. But why it causes that suffering? Because of attachment and projection. I am attached to my daughter. It projects to seek happiness there. You're my daughter, how dare you say that? But daughter says that. Then your projection fails. So basically, default mind, foolish mind, or deluded mind creates suffering through attachment and projection. It plays the victim card, engaging in mental looping. Do you remember? Mental looping and bad expectations leading to intellectual paralysis, leading to anxiety, stress, and suffering. It perceives the traffic in the highway. Traffic in the highway are one. That is what we are understanding, point by point. It perceives electricity in the bulb are one that gives the light. So the default mind, or foolish mind, or deluded mind, by this poise method, you replace, or you can say you transcend, the deluded, foolish, and the default mind to a discerning mind, or you can say discerning mind, or you can also say discerning intellect. It is the same thing. So what is the discerning intellect? How you discern means separation. Separation here means you separate false from the real. False from the real. Where is false? Electricity and bulb are one that emanates light. Traffic and the highway are essentially one. No, they are two. You have to separate. Discern means separate. Separate where? Separate in your mind, in your intellect. Separate. Separate. Ah, you are crazy. No, you are crazy is only a thought. Thought cannot be me. So that thought is separate from me. And I am happy. Are you getting it? So the moment you replace or transcend the default mind or a foolish mind to deluded mind to discerning mind or intellect, it takes not even a fraction of millisecond to change your perception, to change your feeling and emotions in the thought. Default mind to discerning mind. You recognize your own mistake in the form of a thought, feeling, and emotions, and the life changes. But what happens because of the discernment, you purify the mind. Because you purify the mind, your level of discernment becomes very subtle, very, very subtle, very, very powerful. And in that powerful, what is the rule? How you experience the inner peace and happiness. You are able to experience this is external pleasure, this is internal happiness without any object. Why without any object? It comes from within. This poise method completes, it takes hardly millisecond. To understand that all the contents of the mind are free and independent is the key. External achievement has always a limitation, and that limitation binds your mind. And binding nature of the mind creates a bondage, and that bondage is a delusion. And that is gone. Why it seems difficult? Because of ingrained default mind habits which we have accumulated for over years. We are attached to the mental content. We are seeking an external validation. But the peace and calmness is within you. As such, there is no anxiety and reactivity in the discerning mind. There is only anxiety and reactivity, either manifest or unmanifest, in the default and the foolish mind. You have to make a choice. You have to make a choice, my dear